Yo.
Hello.
Live and in living color.
Live and
Oh,
in living color. And I know from my perspective,
on a Saturday.
I'm in a germ-free zone. So public service now.
Goody for you.
So look, man. So look, we all week,
Let's
man.
introduce ourselves.
No,
Oh,
no
I'm
particular
late.
topic today.
Yeah. Welcome to the
Yeah, B, B,
welcome
B had an emergency.
YK NAS podcast. We are
Mhm.
late on
B,
on
look,
this
B had an
day.
emergency. He had an emergency due to the sleep
Sleep
police didn't
deprivation.
come.
Yeah.
The melatonin kicked in.
Yeah, for real.
Re,
Right around 3 o'clock.
re, re, reality kicked in for him. Having a
Mhm.
1-year-old.
Yeah, for real. My guy said, I
Oh,
ain't going to sleep right now.
I just woke
That
Uh,
was
up.
that.
We got to hang out for a minute.
That was
yeah,
that.
for real.
But look, man, we talked about defensive coordinators, OCEs, and where they should go, what team should hire them, man. But I know for my Saints, it's kind of what I heard. They're looking at my man from Detroit, Glenn. But my perception is I think him, but I don't know if the ownership wants him because of his defensive track record.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
Okay. Well, you know, at what point do y'all start to look at something other than defense? 'Cause, I mean, you see where Dennis Allen got you.
yeah. But B, to that point, our defense over the years hasn't been bad. It's been the offensive scheme with players getting hurt on offense. But
Mhm.
as I mentioned in our text, we in cap hell. I don't know what coach would want to come to a team that's like negative 40-some million already in the cap. We the
I
worst
do.
in the league.
I do. Somebody that wants to get credit for fixing that mess.
But you know how long that'll take with the cap situation?
You give it 3 seasons. Start trading players now that you don't need anymore. Like that's trade them or cut them.
Mm-hmm.
Get off of those big contracts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you ain't lying.
you'll have you'll have to eat dead money or whatnot. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done at some point if you really want to get out and be competitive as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you were like, and K-Man, I warned you, K-Man. I warned you about Peyton. Peyton, him and Loomis played that cap game for a long time. You see where it got the Saints, man. Don't let him do that to y'all, K-Man.
No, because it won't happen. Because even they just, at the press conference on Tuesday, the owner, the CEO, said he liked the way the measured approach in which they attacked free agency this year because of the constraints of the $53 million cap. And even though they have 56 in cap space, they said they still want to use that approach. They want to use a targeted approach. This dude's the CEO of the Broncos is the chairman of the board of Walmart. He know how to say it. He know how to say it. He will spend everywhere else, but because of the cap, he doesn't want that situation. I think having that situation, y'all didn't have that. You didn't have a situation like Russell Wilson before. You have it now, and so going into it, it makes you think differently. So. But to me, the problem with the Saints is the minute he left, y'all should have tore everything down. Y'all should have started that process then. I don't understand 3 years later what y'all doing.
Me neither, man. I don't get it. And B your team B. Jimmy's gone. Jimmy's down. He's gone. So
Jimmy's gone, bro.
Who do y'all want next, B? I know I forgot the name you mentioned. Was it Wilkes?
Well, he's on the list. We just interviewed him yesterday. We interviewed a couple other guys. Passing game coordinator from Green Bay. Can't remember his name right offhand. We did Anarumo from the Bengals. Ulbrich from the Jets. And also Wink as well.
Yeah.
And there's another name. There's another name also that we've done an interview with, but I can't think of it right now. We're throwing in. First of all, we're Rooney Rule compliant. So that much is done. So, but yeah, on my list at the top is Steve Wilkes. He hasn't gotten the proper credit he's deserved at any stop that he's been at. True. whether that be Carolina, whether that be Arizona, whether it be San Francisco, where he was a scapegoat.
Yeah, look how that worked out for him.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, he's at the top of my list. Salah's still out there, but I believe he's going to end up either in San Fran or Jacksonville. If he's smart, he'll go to San Fran. But we'll see. Steve Wilkes is at the top of my list, man.
Hey, K-Man, I know you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say to B right now, K-Man, Michigan fan, but B, I would go for Wink.
Yeah, Wink is third. Wink is third on my list. He didn't leave the best taste in my mouth when he left Baltimore, but they had other issues there that were kind of beyond his control. But Wink is good, man. Wink is good, and I wouldn't be mad at all at Wink, especially given Kennedy's affinity for him.
Okay, first of all,
remain in Michigan.
Shut up. Well, Wink's defense led Michigan to what they are the last 4 years. Now, it wasn't Wink. Yeah. I mean, it was Wink last year, but it was his Mike McDonald and it was Jesse Minter. They seem to take his defense to a better level. And then Wink, I just found out that they called Wink, Michigan called Wink and said, hey, do you know anyone else on your tree that we could use? Because they wanted Zach Orr, but Zach Orr became the defensive coordinator in Baltimore. And then Wink was like, I'm available. So that's how he got the job.
Wow.
And they paying him $2.7 million. So if anybody wants to come get Wink, you got to pay at least $3 million. Are you going to pay $3 million for Wink?
Do you think he'll take 2.5 just to get back in the NFL?
No.
No,
he's getting 2.7. Maybe mainly from Atlanta. Maybe only from Atlanta because his home base is Florida. So Atlanta and Florida is close. But he's also interviewing with Indianapolis. I don't think he want to be up there.
And look, B, to your
making
point,
less because they don't pay nobody.
To your point, B, he might do it. He might do it for that because I think one of you all mentioned during the week because of he'll be in the NFC South was kind of a weak division. He might do it, and because the way the only dominant team is possibly the Bucks in the NFC South.
And it's their issue is the same issue how their dominance, air quote, is the same as Kansas City or the same with Buffalo. It's consistency because every other team around them been messing around.
Yeah, there's been zero stability.
It's essentially how the Patriots essentially got to Super Bowls and everything like that because they had turmoil for 20 years in their division. And now Buffalo is reaping the benefits because of the turmoil in the AFC East.
Yeah.
Good point, though. Yeah, but B, that would be the only way he would do it for 2.5 because of that division and possibly it'll beat if he does do it. It'll make his defense shine because I know how Martindale calls defense.
Well, here's the thing about Wink. Wink loves to be wanted. Remember, he left Baltimore. He got fired from Baltimore because they just thought his style was a little old. He goes to New York. The defense was essentially the same, but he got scapegoated by that little Oompa Loompa with the dye beard.
Yeah.
And so then he goes to Michigan, and you see what he did against Ohio State and Alabama, and juxtapose the Giants are still a wreck. So it wasn't Wink's fault. And now people are going like, yeah, it wasn't Wink's fault. And then now maybe people think this. Maybe I just thought about this. Because Jesse came from his staff, because Mike McDonald came from his staff. If Wink, if you bring in Wink, you can keep winking for like 2 years, and then you can groom some up and comer analysts to be over in the future.
And B, that's why I thought Wink would work for y'all, for him to come in and like grooms the other defensive personnel.
Yeah. I mean, here are 5 names that I don't think we can go wrong with. Right, Wilkes, Wink, Anarumo, Ulbrich, or Jerry Gray.
Yeah, I can't.
Those 5 names, I don't think we can go wrong with.
Are they all of them are upgrades over Jimmy Lake?
Yeah, absolutely. And they all have their strengths and weaknesses, but and the only reason why I didn't include Saleh in that is because I really don't believe he's coming. No, even if he did take an interview, I don't believe he's coming.
Well, I honestly don't. I honestly believe he should go to San Francisco and just rebuild his profile, because the thing about NFL head coaching money is dumb money, but you're going to fail in Jacksonville, and you'll never get a head coaching job, and you're 42, 43.
Right.
So you know how these owners are, and there's always somebody up and coming. Go to San Francisco. You know the infrastructure. You know the hierarchy.
You know the
ownership. Yeah, just go in there, do your thing, and then 2 years from now, there will be a better job to open up.
Y'all brought up a good point about the division, man. Turmoil in the division can help one defensive coordinator look like a genius. So, B, how much would you pay your defensive coordinator? You named those 5 names. How much, if you really wanted one of those guys, how much would you pay him, B?
Well, I mean, I think the bidding starts at 2.5. I think that's the floor for those names. I think that's the floor. Now, somebody like Wink or Wilkes, I may bump that up to 3 just because of the respect I have for them and the job that I know that they could do.
They're in high demand, though, B.
They are. I would probably, depending on who it is, I would start the bidding at 2.5 and go from there.
Steve Wilkes will never be a head coach in this league because he's
unfortunately
he's attached to the Brian Flores lawsuit. That's like Brian Flores got no interviews. He will never be a head coach in this league.
No.
So for an individual like that and what they bring, and then you get to build something, because you're gonna have to tear it down in Atlanta for that defense. Yeah, pay the money.
Well, tear it down is
I would go with Steve over Wink. It's not even a Michigan thing. I would just go Steve over Wink. Because Wink blitzed too much. That's my only issue with Wink. He blitzed way too much.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And you mentioned tearing it down. No, we don't have to tear it. Tearing it down means you don't have pieces at any level of your defense. We got pieces. We got pieces.
Yeah,
we got Rook from Clemson on the line. Got Braylon Trice coming back from rookie ACL in training camp. Caden Ellis in the middle. Jesse Bates out back, and AJ Terrell on the outside. We got pieces, bro. We got pieces. We ain't got to tear down anything. We just got to get somebody. We got to get somebody in here that knows the personnel and knows, what we do best. Like AJ proved this past season. Like AJ is best when he's able to press up, when he's able to come up, be physical, and shadow. And so, we get somebody in that knows that. We get somebody in that knows how to use Caden Ellis.
And B to that point, and you're right. And what I'm about to say, I think can go for any defensive coordinator or any defensive team. You have to have the right scheme that matches your player personnel.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's where I think Jimmy Lake kind of fell off is he was green in that, he's a college guy. So he's wanting to bring in what he's done in college and not really paying attention to the types of pieces he had, like that he had to work with. AJ Terrell's a Pro Bowl corner, but you keep dropping him, playing him off 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. That's not his forte.
Right.
Look, Vic Fangio was the only one to come in from college to defense to the NFL and dominate. But then Vic was in the NFL before. So, because like Seattle just fired their offensive coordinator, who was the offensive coordinator at the University of Washington a year prior. Yeah. Sometimes college, it's nothing wrong with college. It's just college's game is it's not as complex as the NFL.
Well, K-Man, my question to you about Vance Joseph, man. I feel the same way. Vance Joseph, K-Man, y'all defense have the pieces, but I don't know if Vance Joseph knows how to use them. The only piece I think he knows how to use is Surtain. Now, granted, Surtain got family in New Orleans where Vance Joseph from, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I will give Vance a little grace. The cap anvil that was over our head made it hard for us to have depth. So essentially, when our middle linebacker towards ACL in Tampa Bay, Vance put it together, but sooner or later it got exposed in December because Cody Barton, 1-year deal. He's okay, but there's a reason why Cody Barton's bounced around. And Justin Strunard is a special teams player. He shouldn't be starting. And teams just attack that. I mean, and then you add on now here's where I give Vance some issues. You add on that Vance doesn't know how to cover tight ends, and it was just, Well,
the scheme came in, like I said, the scheme. He has the pieces, but the scheme.
Right. And you throw in the fact that you aren't deep at linebacker. Who's mostly covering tight ends? Linebackers and safeties, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So either a strong safety or a linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah, and so your linebacker depth isn't the greatest. Your safeties aren't the greatest.
No.
So then bring up the point that Sean just brought up. With scheme and personnel, perhaps he just didn't have the pieces to do what he wanted to do as far as covering tight ends.
And the thing about PJ Locke, number 6, a lot of people show PJ getting beat. PJ was making up for the mistakes that the linebackers are making. That's why he was always looked like he was getting beat. So it was just like, I don't
know. Jerry Jeudy just made him look.
No. That was
that was the other kid. Yeah,
he got cut. He got cut. And Jerry Jeudy got a Pro Bowl. I was like, come on, whatever.
Off that one game.
But I was like, all right, whatever. But I see. Look, I think Vance is coming back because he interviewed with the Bears. He interviewed with the Raiders. I think that's it. New Orleans didn't interview him. I thought New Orleans was going to interview him.
I did too.
And I'm just like, come on.
So
because here's the thing about New Orleans. Of the 6, you're the least desirable job. You should be like the Jets are, just like getting feelers, but you're not doing it.
K-Man, this is my important question to you, K-Man. You just said you're going to give Vance Joseph some grace. Do you want Vance Joseph back, or would you want one of these other like the 5 B?
I already answered your question. No, I don't want him back. I would rather have one of these individuals or Jim Leonard.
Him and 99.2% of the fan base don't want him back. He showed that to us.
Yeah, we did.
This man Googled Vance Joseph and the X feed. They were all in solidarity, bro. Get rid of this man.
He sucks. Let's get off this topic. Let's go to our main topic, and then we go to picks. Dion rumors about him going to the Dallas Cowboys or him talking to Jerry. We talked about it a little bit last week, but it's intensified because the 4-letter network talked about it. And so since they talked about it, all the little clones talked about it. So what are your takes? Because you also saw the list of people that's interviewing. What are your takes?
Go ahead, Sean.
Man, look here, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. From what I've heard, he would go, but Deion wants control. And I mentioned the text message. Jerry Jones wants control. He's always wanted control. He's gotten rid of 2 Super Bowl winning coaches when they wanted more control. Jerry needs to be in the spotlight. What owner do you know after every game goes on TV or goes on a podcast or goes on the radio? Every week. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, like I said, Deion said he wants to coach his son. Now, for that to happen, Jerry is going to have to give us some kind of control. Jerry's going to have to give the spotlight because the spotlight is going to be on Deion, and if his son comes in, it's going to be on Deion and his son. Jerry's not going to like that.
Not only that, Jerry would have to admit to making a mistake, and Jerry doesn't admit to making mistakes. Jerry would have to admit that giving Dak Prescott that contract was a huge mistake. How would he admit that? He would have to trade him. That ain't happening. It's not happening. So yeah. So you take a look at Deion, right? I think Deion's greatest influence right now is for college students. You take a look at what he did at Colorado, seemingly overnight, from a 1-win team to a bowl game in 2 years. So that's in college football, that's literally overnight. So you look at the influence that he has. You look at what he's doing for these young men foundationally and structurally, like preparing them for life. That's Deion's gift. That's just, you can't find just anybody to do that. That's Deion's gift. And I think Deion realizes that. You try to take that up to the professional level, dudes is going to look at you like you stupid. Dudes that already got money, already got established bank accounts.
They got families. I'm a grown ass man, dog. What are you trying to?
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, Deion is gonna Deion controls everything at Colorado. Nothing happens in Colorado football that doesn't come past his desk.
Right.
You're going to lose all of that in Dallas, bro. You're going to lose all of that in Dallas. My advice, stay where you at. Just block out the noise. Block Michael Irvin from your phone because he's going to try to get you there. And just shut out the noise.
I think from my take is I think you're both right. To Sean's point, it's a power and ego thing. And Jerry don't want it. He didn't want it. He didn't like it with Parcells. He didn't like it with Jimmy. That's why he's had the Chan Galeys, the Mike McCarthy's. What's that doofus on Sunday Night Football? Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett.
And then to Brandon's point, Deion is almost like a godlike figure over there. Now you talk about the player aspect of Colorado. It's also he's influencing the attendance of Colorado. People. Yeah. Their attendance is kids wanting to go to. First of all, Colorado's a good school. It's a really good school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then you have the atmosphere of a football team, and then so attendance is going up. That's a level of power. I wouldn't give up for the NFL, knowing that you're going to go to a coach who's not going to give you the power. I mean, going to the owner, not going to give you the power. So this is a nice little headline to talk about. But Deion's not going there. Jerry's going to hire, as I said before, Pete Carroll, who's desperate. A Kellen Moore, his little puppet before. It's going to be somebody like that.
Yeah.
Somebody
and they're going to win 10 games, 11 games when Dak is healthy and get the doors blown off in the playoffs. It's just going to happen because he refuses to sit back and just practice for 3 months how to hold a trophy if you get a real head coach.
Hey, K-Man, I got something for y'all. And I brought this up when we was texting, B. Deion, he's a spotlight, right? So like you said, K-Man, Colorado's a good school. When Deion came in and they started winning, guess what happened to the ticket sale prices? Guess what happened to the merchandise? You see everybody wearing Colorado stuff. Now, here's the thing, B. If Jerry Jones is smart and he sees that, wouldn't it behoove him to bring Deion to Dallas to make more money, to have more Cowboys merchandise being sold, put more butts in the seat?
Well, I don't think Deion will do that because they already do that. They the cow. Jerry has mastered the art of selling hope and selling tickets. He's mastered it. Yeah. There's no he's the savant of doing just that.
He's a drug dealer of hope.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that'll happen is you'll make more boomers tune in on Sunday.
Yeah,
and here's
the thing about it. No coach brings in money like that. The only coach I can think of who's ever brought money to an organization signing was Joe Gibbs in 2004.
Oh man.
How much merch, how many ticket sales? Because we getting the whole band back together. Deion don't have no establishment like that as a head coach in the NFL. No. He's a player.
But Deion has a following, K-Man.
It doesn't matter. The Cowboys are the biggest following ever.
Here's the thing, Sean. Here's the thing. Deion's following, it's already there in Dallas. It's organic. His following was always there.
And B, to that point, I guarantee you, if we go to a Cowboys game, you're gonna see somebody with an old Cowboy 21 jersey with
everything. It's anywhere he goes, like Atlanta. I mean. But one thing, and we can move on to picks after this. One thing that we didn't mention, right, is the amount of money that Deion is generating for Colorado. They're not gonna let him walk out the door.
No, that's what I was
saying. We never saw Colorado on TV prior to Prime.
Merchandise all over the place.
After he got there, Prime on prime time. Every other week.
I just thought about this now. The Texan getting out and all that, that's a negotiation tactic for him to get a better extension for his new Colorado deal. I just thought about that because he can use the metrics of attendance, ticket sales, concessions, merch, television viewership to go. Yeah. I'm the one keeping y'all alive. The Cowboys want me. Thank you, Brandon. You just put it all together.
That's what I was saying earlier.
The pieces were just put together, that it is.
Anytime I go to like Target or Walmart, I see somebody wearing Colorado, and I'm like, I know, daggone well you didn't go to Colorado, but I get it. You're a fan because Deion's there. I get it.
All those ugly stunner shades that he keeps wearing.
Yeah. So that's it. This is all it. All this talk is for Deion to get a better deal, get a better extension at Colorado. You're welcome, America. We done figured it out for you.
Yeah, we put it all out there.
And Kellen Moore is going to be the new Dallas Cowboys head coach.
He probably will be.
Yeah. And he'll stay there 3-4 years and do nothing.
All right, look here, man. This is my take on these games this week. Shout out to the NFL because they have two big games on prime time on Saturday night and Sunday night. And I know they're trying. I know they're gonna get some good ratings from them two games. So
especially that last one.
Yeah. Oh man.
For real.
Oh man. Look, MVP 1 versus MVP 2. Oh man. All right. Let's go. All right. B-Wig, man. The game today. Texans at the Chiefs, B.
Houston got to do it, man. They have to do it. Listen, we talked about it all season. How Kansas City has they've just gotten by. Whether it be fluke calls, fluke non-calls, Isaiah Likely toenail in week 1 from being 0-1. They just squeaked by, right? They didn't really blow anybody out all season. They just squeaked by. Houston's riding a high from dominating Jim Harbaugh in the wild card round. Their defense. Look, for how inconsistent they were over the course of the season. Listen, Lassiter and Stingley on the outside. When you got Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
coming off the
rushing,
end.
It's working, bro. It's working, and I think something magical happens today. I think they go to KC and take the Mamas out.
You take the Texans?
I think they take them out.
look,
if not now, when?
And look,
if not us, who?
Look, B, to your point, B, and K man, y'all been saying this the whole season. The flukiest team ever. Remember when Jerry was betting the lane about messing around with Putty, and Jerry kept winning, and she said something has to happen to you. It has to.
So, no, I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. But who you got, K man?
I got the Chiefs. I don't care what Brandon said. This is a dome team playing in the cold. Let's be for real. Last week, I wasn't impressed. We all picked the Chargers because of Jim Harbaugh. But even him couldn't escape the Chargers charging.
And look, it's supposed to be
a quarterback who's only thrown 3 or 4 interceptions the whole year threw 4 in one game.
I know, right?
The Texans offense didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Justin Herbert won that game for the Texans. I don't think they can go. I don't think they can go in Kansas City and do that. Sorry.
He threw two picks, K man, where the ball sailed or the ball went through the receivers and DB sitting right there. The ball like fell right into Stingley's hands. And I'm like, what? And look, they kept
it hit the receivers in the hands, but those were overthrows, right. And they shouldn't have. And so, I don't think that's going to happen. We all in agreement about Kansas City. I just don't think the Texans can do it.
And look, the Texans are a dome team, so their weather is controlled. But now they're going to be out here in these elements. It's supposed to be like 8 degrees.
Now, luckily for them, the polar vortex isn't coming till Sunday, because if this game was on Sunday, oh, they'd be screwed.
Yeah, for real.
They'd be so screwed. If you thought Miami was bad last year,
oh man,
in Kansas City, oh my God,
man, look, that weather ain't no joke, man.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
All right, K man. Everybody been talking about this game. Commanders at the Lions, K man.
I mean, everybody in DC, I guess.
Yeah, everybody.
Give me the Lions. Ooh. It's going to be a tight game until about the fourth quarter, late in the third, and then the Lions are just going to win because they're a better team. Honestly, if the Lions didn't have half the injuries they had, this game would be over by the first quarter. But the Lions got way too many injuries. Way too many injuries.
And see, I was going to pick the Lions, kid, man. I'm taking the Commanders because of Jaden Daniels' confidence in close games in the fourth quarter.
And that's precisely why I'm picking the Commanders as well. Look, the fourth quarter is Jaden Daniels' quarter. It just is. And if the game is close, I trust Jaden Daniels more than I do Jared Goff.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the dude, he's done it all season. He hasn't blinked. He won a game against the Buccaneers and was just like, oh, okay.
He
on the next week.
Yeah. But
as
your point, B,
yeah.
My only concern, B, is the Commanders' run stop game. If Jahmyr Gibbs,
that's why I trust Jahmyr Gibbs more than I trust that defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I felt this kind of the same about Bucky Irvin last week, but they.
Well, you're right.
They did what they had to do against them. So, look, I hate to say that I'm a believer in the Commanders, but something about that team. It's something about that, like that when that juju went away, and they got Jaden Daniels. Oh my God! And I think this is God's way of punishing Dan Snyder.
No, honestly, we all live in a world where individuals like that don't get punished. Remember, he walked away with $6 billion.
Yeah. Can't argue that one, K man. Got a dog. Yeah, monetary, right? He said y'all can kick me out, but I got $6.
Yeah.
All right, B.
Yo.
Rams at the Eagles, B.
Yeah, I got the Eagles. Eventually, you can only play off of emotion and adrenaline for so long. There's a reason the Eagles only lost 2 games all season. Listen, when their offensive line is up for the challenge, there's nobody's offensive line better. Buffalo, anybody, Detroit, anybody. When the Eagles offensive line comes to play, nobody's better. Nobody's better at run blocking. Nobody's better at pass blocking.
Right.
And I think, even with Sean McVay, look, AJ Brown, he might have another book this upcoming Sunday because they're going to be up by 20 points by the third quarter. So he may just be sitting there doing, doing nothing. But yeah, give me the Eagles, bro.
AJ Brown should get some money for that book because once people saw that book on the sideline, I bet you people went out and bought that joint.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Eagles too. Who you got, K-Man?
Yeah, I'm going the other way again.
I'm taking the Rams.
Yes. If we're doing these comparisons, I'm taking Sean McVay over Nick Sirianni. I'm taking a Sean McVay coach team over a Nick Sirianni CEO advisor team.
He ain't really doing nothing though. He ain't really. Nick Sirianni ain't really doing it.
Exactly.
This is Saquon Barkley and Vic Fangio's team.
When it gets tight, when this game gets tight, if it gets tight, if it gets tight, you're gonna need your head coach to show up and guide you. And I trust Sean McVay in his palatial house over Nick Sirianni in his wandering coke eyes any day of the week.
Oh.
He went there. He went there.
Wait a minute. Well, what's the bodyguard name? I can't think of the name. Big
Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for real.
All right, K-Man. This is for all the marbles, K-Man.
Game of the week.
All the marbles. I can't wait to see the ratings of this game on Monday. Who you got, K-Man?
Speaking of ratings, people talking about the ratings were bad for the wild card game. Most of those games were bad.
By the halftime they were over.
All them games were bad, with exception with the Commanders and
Bucks.
And the Bucks. Yeah. All them games were over with. That's why I was shut up. This game, I am rooting. I root for Dookie. I mean, I gave him that nickname because he looks like Daquan from The Wire season 4. He is the realest. I worry about their defense. I worry about Zach Orr and his defense.
To control Josh Allen, right?
It's not that Josh Allen's that guy like that. It's just that they stumbled throughout the season. And towards the end, it got better, but the competition wasn't the greatest towards the end.
The Bills got Cooks as a running back. They got Shakir, and they got the 2 tight ends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I don't believe the tight ends are going to do that much. It's they love to run that dirty bunch formation where they, so when motion's over and they try to confuse you. Baltimore secondary has been weird this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Monken, this is the polar vortex game, so you're going to have to run that ball. But unfortunately, Lamar had to run, and that surface is going to be cold. But even that, I still trust. And then also the elements with Justin Tucker being off this year, but still believe that the Ravens will pull this game out.
Hey, look, K-Man, that went coming off of Niagara Falls, boy. Ooh, who you got beat?
Yeah, I got the Ravens. I think this is Dookie's year. I think he finally gets over the hump this year. I mean, they were my Super Bowl pick at the beginning of the season. They still it. If you trust your gut, trust what you have. Even if the run game don't work in the first quarter, trust it. Derrick Henry is going to break one.
Yeah.
Trust
Maybe
it.
2.
Bring some. Leave Kyle Hamilton up top. Leave him on the roof. Leave him on the roof. Bring somebody else down to spy Josh Allen.
And beat.
That's gotta be every play.
And don't be like Vance Joseph, where you're so scared of him running the ball that you you come out really lazy. They did the same damn thing against Baltimore, and I was at that game where they were so scared of Lamar that they didn't really put pressure on him. So he got to do whatever he want, and then that entailed letting them run all over you.
Yeah. You see, and B, to your point, I'm gonna tell you, this is my opinion. What changed the trajectory of the Ravens season is when they moved Kyle Hamilton back to free safety. Because I don't know why they had him up near the line playing. I'm like,
well, because he can do it.
He can, but he's better at free safety. And when they did that, their defense got a little better. Patrick Queen started getting more pressures. And I'm like, Matabike was busting up the middle, getting sacks. And I'm like, okay. And it didn't dawn on me until I heard somebody say it they said, yeah, they moved Kyle Hamilton back to free safety. And I said, there it is. Okay.
You know what's funny about that? Me and Brandon know nothing about a defensive coordinator making adjustments. We know nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
That's a revelation for us. No. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They still do that.
I mean, really?
God knows Jimmy Lake beat his head up against the wall all game long.
Really? You see something happening, you just say, hey, let me try to fix that. Wow. Sure.
Yeah. Like, and my last thing about this game, I like the matchups in the trenches here.
Yeah.
I like the matchups in the trenches. I think Baltimore's D-line is better suited to stop Josh Allen. Now, James Cook,
that's a different story.
He likes to break it outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those big 360-pound bodies ain't gonna be able to get out on those boundaries like that.
Right.
So that's gonna be up to the linebackers and the corners to keep contained on the run game.
Be better than the Broncos. Be better than the Broncos. His first run, he bounced out and got like 30.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Be better than the Broncos.
That tells me Patrick Queen, and who's the other linebacker? I can't think of his name.
Well, Patrick Queen is in Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's Roquan. What's his name?
Roquan.
Roquan.
Yeah.
He's going to be on some skates to either go left or right when Cook get the ball, man. And I don't know if he can catch Cook once Cook break it outside.
No, let somebody else catch Cook. I want Roquan in Josh Allen's face the whole game.
He might be.
That's who I want. That's who I want.
He needs to embody the spirit of Ray Lewis without the white suit on Super Bowl.
Yo, it was man.
I'm me. I'm me. I gotta be me. Go look that up.
It'd be so weird.
Ray Lewis white suit Super Bowl 2000.
It's so weird if Roquan come out and do the Ray Lewis dance when they're announcing the players, dude. Oh
no, I don't. No, don't do it. I don't want no shenanigans. You show up. Your colors are already black and purple. You show up in black and purple. Stone cold face.
What's that old saying? Bring your lunch pail. Bring your hard hat. It's one of those games.
Yeah,
y'all built to
do work. Yeah. Just show up and do work. Snooki, do work.
And then also, you have to play your game and you have to put this out because as we saw last week, the referees will go over to hug a quarterback on the bench.
Oh my God!
Oh, I was talking to him because I told him I didn't want him to say that anymore. Go talk to the coach and tell him to do that. Why are you walking all the way over to the bench to say that? Come on now. We see what the script writers are doing.
Patting him on the back like granddaddy.
Yeah, for real. And then then the shot was quick, but when Josh Allen was holding his finger, the referee coming up, what's going on with your finger? I'm like,
yeah,
what are we doing?
He's golden boy. He's golden boy number 2.
The NFL wants Buffalo
and Kansas City.
They want that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
ruin it for them.
Yes.
And look,
well, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it because Houston's gonna beat Kansas City.
Ooh.
If that happens, if Houston's the one,
I'm telling you now, B. If that happens today, I'm gonna be blowing the text line to hell. I'm like, B, what the heck, man?
If that happens, you will never hear me say anything bad about an Ohio State quarterback for at least 6 months. until the start of college football season.
I'm telling you now. They're gonna have me like Vince. They're gonna have me like Vince Lombardi out there. Why did they killing me? Why did they killing me?
Hey, if I don't respond right away, it's because I'll be in a restaurant celebrating my mom-in-law's birthday.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because
I will be watching.
Okay. I'm gonna try to because she just left a minute ago, but we're supposed to go out, and I know I'm hopefully I can be back by 3:00, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're supposed to be meeting at 4. So Braden's disgusted. Wife, you already told him last night. No, you can't watch the game at the dinner table. You celebrating your grandma.
Yeah, hey! Bring the iPad. Bring the iPad. Hey! Let me help you with your food. Hey,
no.
Look at this game. Look at this game right here. Look at us. Look at this leg.
Can you see us by the bar?
This what you got to tell Braden to do. Every now and then, say, "Hey, can I be excused to go to the bathroom?" He take his phone.
Well, see, the only problem with that is, we still don't let him go to the bathroom by himself in public.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if I got to get up more than once, then she's like, "No,
what's
something's
going
up."
Yeah.
Yo, it's been real. It's been another good one.
Yep.
Next Saturday we will be on time.
Yeah. Yes. The royal week. The royal week will be on time.
Hey, wait a minute. You miss. Hey, B. Wait a minute. You gonna be on time? You miss Cleo? You can see the future.
Nah. Not quite.
Comment today.
Comment now for your free read. See, this generation don't know nothing.
Yeah,
about
y'all don't know
nothing about staying up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning watching BET.
Hey, look, man.
Long enough.
Oh, brother, you gotta get your own.
Long enough to see the Nelly video. I'm not gonna say the name.
I love video.
all kind of credit cards over here.
Right down that jump.
Long enough to see the Nelly video, and long enough to see Peter Popoff after.
Yeah.
Look here, man. Look, I had my son and his wife, my daughter-in-law here, right? Grandson. On game night, we played a trivia game. And it's a trivia game like about TV and stuff, entertainment. So there was the category was it was the 1980s, 1990s, the 2000s, and 2010s, right? So my son and his wife was like, don't ask us questions about the other stuff. Just ask us about the 2000s and 2010s. And I started laughing. I said, God, no. I said, okay. And I thought about it, I said, well, you guys weren't born until around about 2000, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, B, this what you should do, B. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna find this link, B, and it's to this old phone with the rotary phone, and I'm gonna send it to you. I want you to order the rotary phone and see what Braden do. Say, hey, man, call somebody. And Braden,
no, look, he's already seen one of those, right? He was like, okay. What's that? Why is he talking on it? I was like, yeah. That's a telephone.
Look, B, K-Man, I got another for y'all. B and K-Man, do you all have a landline in your house?
No.
Why? For what?
My in-laws have that. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
There's 6 cell phones in this house. Why we need a landline?
Why we need a landline? When I was with my wife and I moved in with her, I was like, why you have a landline? Oh, because they can't. Why?
Look. These fake insurance companies have no problem calling the cell phones that are in this house trying to sell me fake health insurance. I don't need another landline. I don't need a landline giving them another avenue to reach me.
If you want to keep a landline, just get a VoIP landline. Just get a VoIP. You don't need an actual physical landline.
And you know the people, you know the people that you're gonna have to sell that to. You know what they're gonna say? Hey, VoIP. What is that? Is that a tennis shoe? Is that a sneaker?
Look, a VoIP. A VoIP could be like a person in a company. Who's the VoIP?
Yeah. No. I mean, all our parents still have landlines.
Yeah, my house in North got landline.
Yeah. My mom got one. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, man.
All right, fellas.
Good luck to all the teams today except Kansas City.
Yep.
Hope to see some good games this weekend. Y'all take care. Be safe out there, man. We'll see you on the next one.
I'll let y'all next Saturday, bro.
Holla.
Peace. Please like,